the BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.
Live from McKenzie, Tennessee at McKenzie High School, it's USJ Bruins basketball tonight. The Lady Bruins and the Bruins will be taking on the challenge of the Lady Rebels and Rebels of McKenzie. And hello again, everyone. I'm Steve Beverly, and it's great to be with you once again after that opener on Tuesday night, in which it was a doubleheader sweep, and the Bruins and Lady Bruins, they made great work out of their challenge that came their way from Greenfield. The Lady Bruins winning 45-30 after a very tight first half in which they led only by 2. In fact, they'd fallen behind by 5 in the first half, and then the second half, Halen Ayers and Ava Barham, Ellen Driver, they just took control of that game, and defensively they were unmatched and won it 45-30. The Bruins, in their half of the doubleheader, it was basically over at halftime. In fact, the fourth quarter, it was the kind of game where they just had a continually running clock as they went on to win that one 67-35 over Greenfield. And it was a big night all the way across the board, but particularly for Mills Terry, who showed that you can make a transition from football very, very quickly in a matter of days, as he did. And he came up with 16 points and 5 rebounds to lead the Bruins in that contest. And he had 2 other guys that were in double figures, namely Sam Cale and Brady Smith, with 11. And one of the big promises as far as Sam is concerned, he's just a freshman. And, of course, the Lady Bruins this year, they are a young team despite the fact that they do have some experience. They have 6 freshmen on this team, and so it's going to really depend on them to have quickness, not to make a lot of mistakes in the contest. And tonight, you'll have the same starters that you had on this past week. On Tuesday night, Lily Teague, freshman guard, who had tremendous defensive outing. And then Ellen Driver had 3 threes on Tuesday night and ended up with 12 points. And she did a terrific job, was 3 out of 4 from behind the arc. And then it was Halen Ayers. Of course, you knew she was going to take control in that second half. She became literally a coach out on the floor. She had 8 points in the first half and then swam all the way to 15 in the second half. 23 points and 6 rebounds that she had, and just had a tremendous job all the way across the board for the Lady Bruins. Then Ava Barham, the senior, who they are going to count on for extraordinary leadership this year, and she's had to make a transition over from soccer. And Ava, she ended up with 8 points on the evening and 11 rebounds. So she was just really one basket away from a double-double on Tuesday night, as the Lady Bruins just finally, in the fourth quarter, they literally wore out Greenfield 45-30 in that opener. And, of course, just about everybody got into the action, and that's probably going to happen tonight. They go 10 deep, but as we say, and the Lady Bruins are now on the floor doing their pregame warm-ups, and you just have to know, as they progress through this season, it's going to be a case of confidence, maturity, and they believe they can do it, particularly, and you got to be able to do it on the road as well, and that is why that's going to be a big test for them tonight here at McKenzie. And you look across the board here, McKenzie has, again, some very familiar names to people: Ashley Donovan, Sophie Pate, Cheyenne Long, Zeta Skates, Gracie Aird, Molly French, and then also they'll be counting on Savannah Davis, Charlie Weatherford, Michaela Reynolds, Shemaya Curry-Long, and Madeline Gottschall. So just like the Lady Bruins, well, they have one more in the counter. They've got 11 strong tonight. But this is one that particularly on the road, you find yourself challenged early in the season. And here we are a little less than 10 minutes away from the start of this one. You got to know that here we are in mid-November, and you're just in the first week of the regular season. It is one where you've got to be able to hold on to the basketball, take care of it, not throw it away, and all of that is going to be critical to the Lady Bruins outing tonight. And they did a terrific job against Greenfield of forcing turnovers, because they forced 16 turnovers on the Lady Jackets on Tuesday night, and it was their converting into points. And I was just amazed at that. They converted those turnovers into 22 points. And, of course, with a 15-point victory, you can see that it was capitalizing on mistakes of the opposition that meant everything in their success on Monday evening. It's a beautiful gym here at McKenzie if you've never been to it. And we've been treated very hospitably by the folks here that are part of this Rebel program, and we really appreciate that. They've given me a lot of help as far as their rosters and lineups before we got in here this evening, so my thanks to all of the good folks here. And we are about 8.5 minutes away from the start, so let's take about a 3-minute break, and then we'll come back and give you a little bit more particulars for this one tonight. So everybody stay with us. It's USJ against McKenzie.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson, or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care, and let your smile say it all.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes, to belts, to alignments, to even air conditioning work. Engine light on? We can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt, and let my family take care of yours.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Back live, Steve Beverly here at McKenzie High School as we're a little bit more than 5 minutes away from tip-off between the Lady Bruins and the McKenzie Lady Rebels. And flipping back 2 nights ago for the home opener for the Lady Bruins, and you take a look across the board at how they managed. They had a 2-point lead at the end of the first quarter against Greenfield and then fell behind in fact, it was a 12-5 run on the part of the Lady Jackets. And then they picked up the final 7 points of the first half, and they were never headed after that. In fact, it seemed as though it was a shot in the arm of their confidence at the end of the second quarter to go to the locker room ahead 20-18. And then that third quarter, we've always said since college basketball switched in women's ball to quarters, that the third quarter is really the moving quarter, where you really begin to, if you're the one that can put some pressure defensively on and capitalize off mistakes, you really make your move if it's a close one at halftime. And that's exactly what happened, because the Lady Bruins outscored Greenfield 17-9 in that third quarter to go up 10, 37-27, and ended up with an 8-3 edge in the fourth quarter to win it 45-30, and it frankly looked as though Greenfield was a bit out of gas at the end of it. And Ava Barham is going over as the captain of this team, the only senior that the Lady Bruins have. She is going to be meeting up with the captain for McKenzie tonight. And I'm really looking forward to this. McKenzie, as you may remember in the interview we did with Coach Ashley Ayers, and she talked about the fact, she said, McKenzie is good. And she said, don't let anybody kid you. She said, they are going to give us everything we ask for, and it's going to be very tough on the road. The big key, you got to win them on the road if you're going to advance. And when we get to postseason time back in late February and early March, that's how it has to happen. And the officials have finished their conversations with the two captains, and we're about set to go in about 3 minutes with the preliminaries, and then, of course, the tip-off of tonight's game. And a big key is going to be communication between Ashley Ayers and Ava Barham, because Ava at the post, she sets so many screens, and then at times she tries to get open off screens. And then for Halen Ayers, the key is particularly adjustments were made at halftime because they were double and triple teaming her, did Greenfield on Tuesday night. And in that second half, Ashley made some adjustments, and Halen got open so many times. She was 8 of 14 from the floor overall after struggling a bit in the first half. And it was a solid, solid performance. And you heard in our interview that we did at halftime of the boys' game on Tuesday night, Ashley, I asked her a question. I know she's been asked probably hundreds of times, what's it like coaching your daughter? And she said, you know, it's one of the greatest things I could ever possibly imagine. And she says it's a journey that both of us are enjoying. And I can tell you there are coaches who have looked at Halen Ayers that are college coaches in this region who say that, and you think about her starting on this varsity last year as an 8th grader, and they have said almost unanimously that she is arguably going to be one of the best that West Tennessee has ever seen. And can you believe we're just one game into the season, for all intents and purposes, 4 more years of being able to see this young lady on the floor. Well, we're about a minute away from the start. The officials are going to come over and meet the coaches, and then we'll be set to go. We hope to be talking possibly to boys coach Jeff Jones at halftime of this contest, and we hope to have Ashley up here in between halves of the boys contest. And the players are coming over. Let's take a break, and then we'll come back for the tip-off of tonight's game.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating, 668-3339, for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton, right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Lady Bruins being introduced right now. And there goes Lily Teague and Halen Ayers. And Ashley waiting to get this one started. And now here comes the starting lineups for the Lady Rebels. Madeline Gottschall will go at a forward. Cheyenne Long, who is a freshman. Sophie Pate is a junior going 5'8". Michaela Reynolds, one of the seniors they count on for leadership. And Savannah Davis. And those are your starters for the Lady Rebels, and we are about set to go here. And on our cameras tonight is our executive producer, Paul Schultze, as well as the incomparable Christopher Reasons, and the man himself, Billy Bolin, calling the shots as our director, and it's going to be a fun doubleheader tonight. For those of you who couldn't make the trip over, hope you are going to enjoy it. Hope supper's over, and if it's not, listen and watch while you eat. Nothing any better than that. So Ava's going to be jumping it against Savannah Davis, and we are about, well, they are going to change basketballs out. And obviously there was apparently not enough air in that one that they came out on the floor with. So we'll swap them out, and we are now ready for the tip-off. Got a good turnout for this one tonight, particularly on the side we're on, which you don't see on camera right now. And on this Thursday night from McKenzie, let the games begin. And the Lady Rebels with the tip. They're going to keep it back around the perimeter to start with. This is a very deliberate team, and from outside, the three is not there, and Halen Ayers comes down with a rebound. And from the corner, traveling is called. So there's your first turnover of the contest. Now, the Lady Bruins will employ both a half-court and full-court pressure. That's one of their trademarks. And again, McKenzie works it around the perimeter, and Halen's going to hang very, very tough out front. They're trying to screen her out, and they're putting up a lot of threes already. That one in and out, and they're scrambling for it. And the offensive board finally goes to Reynolds. And traveling, so they have traded. Turnovers here in the first 54 seconds of the contest. In these early season games, it's so important for these players, and they're going to go to a full court press. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that. She's going to have help, and finally does get it. And Sophie King fires it down the floor. And Halen out front being challenged by Cheyenne Long. In the early season, these things usually are tantamount to a low-scoring game. That jumper inside was not there. Lady Rebels, again, have been working mostly from outside tonight. Halen thought about trying to go for a steal. And Davis, who is so double tough at the guard. And she's being challenged by Lily Teague. And I love to watch how these defenders switch off. A long three way off to the right, and Halen with the rebound. And she has to scramble to hold on to it. From the corner, Lily just a little bit too strong, and Pate with the rebound. And the jumper, that is inside the arc, and that's going to be a foul charge to Sophie King on the offensive rebound. So that's your first foul of the game and the first trip to the free throw line. And Sophie Pate, so it was Sophie against Sophie, and Sophie Pate nails the first point of the game. As we said, Lady Bruins fell behind in the first half. That's in and out, and Ava's scrambling for it, and that was going to be an out of bounds. Good effort on the part of Cheyenne Long, but she was almost up in the stands trying to save that one. Lady Bruins fell down in the first half against Greenfield and then came roaring, and they got a 2-on-1 situation but couldn't capitalize on it. Halen, the turnaround jumper. Got it. First basket of the game for the Lady Bruins. And they're sending three down front to make it very difficult to get across midcourt. As we get close to the 5-minute mark in this first quarter. I love to watch these defensive battles between these players, particularly when you know it's very difficult to penetrate the inside. Now that's where they're trying to go this time. Fall away hook is there. Great effort for Gottschall. She's tremendous at the post. And they break the press once again. And Ellen's going to try to get it underneath. Can't quite get it to fall. And they lost the rebound to Davis. And they get a big three. So there's your first three of the game. A 6-2 lead, and that's an over the back. Savannah Davis trying to go for the foul, and she'll be charged with her first. I want to remind everybody the USJ holiday mark one of the great traditions in Jackson, starts tomorrow. And if you want to get some of the best new items for Christmas, whether it's to decorate or a gift for somebody, be there all weekend long. It is all the way from tomorrow morning until Sunday afternoon. I can tell you, I've always enjoyed visiting that. We'll be telling you more about that as the evening progresses. Halfway through this first period of play, and they go to Ava Barham, and that's going to be an offensive foul. That's a very tough situation when you got your back to the player. So that's the second turnover of the game for the Lady Bruins. And again, Michaela Reynolds trying to set it up this time, working against Lily Teague. Thought about pulling up for the three, but instead going to run their patterned offense again. A lot of motion on the floor, actually for the defense as well as the offense. I tell you, Reynolds is a tremendous ball handler, but Lily's staying right with her, and underneath, traveling is called. Changed her pivot foot. So once again, another unforced error, and we've seen a number of them here in this first quarter. And checking in for the Lady Bruins is Mia Spellings, and Ava Barham will come out. That one's tipped away. Cheyenne Long got a hand on it, so they'll play it over on the side. Been a rapidly played first quarter. And remember, we got the boys' action immediately after this one. Well, not necessarily immediately, about 12 minutes after the conclusion of this game. And once again, as we saw the other night, Halen is being double-teamed all over the place. You know they've scouted her. And open for the three. Nope, just a little bit too strong, but offensive board to Lily Teague. Lady Bruins have missed 2 3-pointers so far tonight as we get down to the 3-minute mark. And again, it's very tight inside that free throw circle, and Halen has not been able to penetrate. This time she tries, but dishes off, and it's a little bit too far for Sophie King to be able to haul it in. So turnover number 3 for the Lady Bruins. And here they come once again. Davis, who has the game's only 3-pointer. As we said, the reason a lot of these games are low scoring early in the season is because they just have not had a test against competition other than against each other in their own gym until this week. They've had a couple of what are like football jamborees, and after that miss, nice rebound and a nice save by Mia Spellings. And a big three. That's there. And maybe that'll get something jacked up as Sophie King connects on a three. And they have closed the lead to within 1. Slowly bringing it down here. Under 2 minutes remaining in the first quarter. And Davis working one-on-one against Teague. From the corner trying the answer shot. That one is short for Pate. And here they come. Halen is being challenged by Savannah Davis, strength against strength. And look at that hard pressure on the inside, and it just rolls away for Ellen Driver. She was robbed on that one. Big long bomb. It is there. That's about 28 feet outside for Michaela Reynolds. So they extend the lead back to 9-5. Getting set to check in is Molly French for the Lady Rebels, and Halen's going to take it all the way inside. A 9-7 lead for McKenzie. They have been on top or tied all the way through, but Lady Bruins have not fallen behind by any more than 4. And again, strong defense is critical here in these closing seconds of the first quarter. Davis, again, working hard against Halen, and underneath they go. Nice lob pass inside to Cheyenne Long. And Halen finally gets out of trouble, and they got a 3-on-2 situation. And she puts up the big 3. No, she was robbed, and the rebound coming off. They've still got time to get down one. And from the corner, it's not there. And there was no way she could get a shot off. So first quarter comes to an end. Lady Bruins trailing 7-11. We'll be back with more after this.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
And that's about what we expected in the first quarter. Very much of a defensive battle. And in fact, looking at the stats, in the first quarter, 4 out of 10 from the floor for McKenzie for 40%. For the Lady Bruins, 3 out of 8 for 37.5%. Again, that's not unusual percentages for the first game of the season. Savannah Davis and Michaela Reynolds have connected on threes for McKenzie, and Sophie King nailed one for the Lady Bruins. Leading scorer in the game, Halen Ayers with 4. She had a couple of baskets and had a couple of rebounds. And then on the opposite side of the ledger, you got it divided between Savannah Davis and Michaela Reynolds that each had 3s. They have spread out their scoring amongst 5 different players, and the Lady Bruins will have first possession here in the second quarter. And let's see how Lily delivers this running the point. Just an impressive freshman she is. She can't penetrate the inside, and they're trying to get some movement so that she can finally dish it off, and Halen for the 3. That's about a 25-footer, and the first 3 for her in this contest, and just like that, we're down to an 11-10 game. They depend on a lot of speed on this McKenzie team, and trying that answer shot for a 3, and that one is short. And it goes back in. You can tell that some of the locals here did not like that call. And they overruled, one of the other officials overruled that call, so it is going to be McKenzie ball. I don't think the fans had anything to do with that, trust me. Once again, it's Davis. This is a big battle between Davis and Ayers, and look at the movement that she had. She is just really like, it's almost like she slides to the basket. They've got them bottled up over here, and so big save by Mia Spellings. And they dish it off, and Ava connects. So Ava with her first basket of the game. 13-12. And this one has all the makings of being a dandy all the way through. I always hate to make a prediction about that because you never know what's going to happen, but it just looks that way. These teams are very well matched at every position. Now, taking her time is Reynolds. And again, watch the movement. They love to screen and suddenly get a post player open underneath. And then you've got somebody like Davis who can drive like few players you've ever seen at the high school level. Being double-teamed was Reynolds, and they go from the corner for a three, and that one was a little bit too much of a line drive, and it looks like they're going to charge that one to Ava Barham. Ava was going for that rebound. That's Ava's second. And checking in for McKenzie once again is Cheyenne Long. And Ava's back out of there with those two fouls. Whoa! 26-footer for Savannah Davis. She's tried 5 of them from behind the arc and hit 2 tonight. Tell you, this defense is absolutely swarming on the part of the Lady Rebels. Trying the answer, and that one's just too far right. They get the offensive board, and nice job by Mia Spellings on the offensive board. So it's still a 2-point game. And again, watch this one-on-one battle underneath. Turnaround jumper is way short. And picking the rebound up is Mia Spellings, and it's stolen away. Off the mark. And Halen finally comes down with it. 2-on-1 situation. The jumper. Too strong on it for Ellen Driver. Teague tries the middle. Puts it up with a floater and gets it. Lily Teague with a nice drive to the basket, and we are now tied. That was nothing but determination from Lily. Folks, she's just a freshman. Woo, boy. She is going to be a fun player to watch during her career. Getting set to check in is Charlie Weatherford. And that was a nice curl, almost like a curl bank shot for Michaela Reynolds. And again, pushing that three, it's there. Mia Spellings is having herself, and that's the first lead of the game for the Lady Bruins, up 19-18. Mia Spellings is having herself a second quarter. She got 5 points, 3 rebounds, all here in the second period. Under 3.5 minutes to go. And they're trying to get it back outside to Davis. Halen challenging her one-on-one. Boy, that was a big screen set up, almost like a block from a lineman. That one's off the mark, and the rebound comes off to Lily Teague. Halen holds on to it and goes for it. No. And they scramble for it, and the rebound comes off to Cheyenne Long. Halen had the range, but it was just off. And they call palming. You don't see that called too terribly often. That's only the third turnover of the game for McKenzie. And they get a couple of substitutes in. So Lady Bruins trying to extend this tenuous 1-point lead. They're trying to make some defensive adjustments. Big long bomb. And that goes off the back of the iron, and the rebound to Michaela Reynolds, and she is on the bicycle. And the jumper is there. Nice, calm jumper to put her in double figures, and Ashley Ayers is going to call timeout. 2:24 remaining. It's a 1-point game. Back in a moment.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
We got 2:24 to go with the Lady Bruins on top, rather trailing now 20-19 after that last basket. Ava Barham at the post is on the bench with 2 fouls, and I have a sneaking suspicion that Ashley Ayers is going to keep her there until we start the second half. And Mia Spellings has done a tremendous job in relief. But watch how this full court pressure develops. They've got 2 right at the midcourt line and then 3 up front. It makes it very, very difficult to get that ball on the inside. Lily, being a good ball handler, manages to get it through. And driving the baseline underneath and drawing the foul is Ellen Driver. She is lightning quick. Foul is on Cheyenne Long. That is only the second team foul of the entire game. Been very, very few personal fouls. They're really letting them play, but also the fact is that a lot of the offensive situations in this game, it's been spreading it out and going with the passing game so much more that they really haven't had that much contact. And the second one goes astray, but Halen gets the rebound and the follow. So Ayers with 9 now. Lady Bruins back on to the 1-point lead with less than 2 remaining in the first half. It was 11-7 McKenzie at the end of the first quarter. And trying to take it through. And that was just sheer speed and physical determination on the part of Michaela Reynolds. Open again for the 3. That time just off. Halen's holding it in the backcourt. 80 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Stops and pops. That one, she just didn't have enough height on that, and the rebound to Davis. Halen released that a little bit more than at the height of her jump. Big, long 3, and it rolls around and drops. Davis is so quick on her release of that. You have to be very careful with everything she does with the ball. And it's back to the largest margin of the game for McKenzie. Underneath, and that's a block, but the contact was made, and that's the second foul on Savannah Davis. Now with 45 seconds to go, it'll be interesting if they decide to keep her out for the rest of the half. I don't see any movement toward getting her out of the game. So it's Ellen Driver at the line. And she connects. This would be terrific for the Bruin fans if she could close this to a single basket, and she does. 25-23. Now let's see if they play it for the last basket. And it looks as though they're going to take their time with this, and Lady Bruins may try to take a gamble at a steal. Reynolds, just a tremendous ball handler. And she fears no strength on defense of her opponents. Yeah, they're going to work on this one, I think, until the last possible second. Davis, again, that low center of gravity that she has working against Lily Teague. They set up the screen. And underneath, it goes away, and it's picked up. Lady Bruins are going to have to hurry. And she picks up a long one. That just no chance for that one, but it was a good turnover underneath. And that winds up the first half, 25-23. McKenzie leads it. And I'm telling you, it has been a dandy so far. Halen Ayers leads the Lady Bruins with 9. And you've got Ellen Driver with 2, Mia Spellings, who came in off the bench for 5, a basket for Lily Teague, who has 2, and Sophie King. She had a 3-pointer in the first quarter. Ava Barham, who was in foul trouble early in the second quarter, she has 2. On the other side of the coin, Savannah Davis, who has just been everything in this game, 13 of the 25 points for the Lady Rebels. And then the rest of them have been scattered out. Michaela Reynolds has picked up 7. And that is really the leaders of this contest. So, 9 minutes, 10 seconds before we start the second half. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back with a very special interview from a gentleman that you know quite well. Stay with us.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Coach Jeff Jones from the USJ Bruins, kind enough to join us here at halftime. Jeff, they were just playing The Gambler in here by Kenny Rogers. You didn't have to do a lot of gambling on Tuesday night. That was a complete team performance with your win over Greenfield.
Well, thank you. We needed a win like that as far as a game opener. The guys played together. I was really excited the way they played half-court defense. But you know how it is, Steve. You got to put it behind you. You got to get better every day and get ready for the game tonight.
Tell us what you know about, it's early season obviously, but what you know from the past and now about this McKenzie team.
Well, they're well coached. The coach makes a lot of adjustments. He changes the defenses a lot, 1-2-2, man-to-man, a lot of middle ball screens. He likes high-low. And so, I think we're somewhat prepared, more so from when we played them 2 years ago. But I know his guys will be ready to play.
Playing your first road game on the season. Of course, you had all the fans there, and there was a lot of energy and excitement, and you had a runaway victory, 67-35. What's it like differently as far as the atmosphere and for your team dealing with playing on the road?
Well, one thing that we talk about is tempo. We have to understand how the officials are calling the game, understand the crowd, when to take the crowd out of it. So we talk about tempo and momentum a lot. And so, we spent some time yesterday, talking about tempo and just getting ready for this ball game.
Jeff, we talked about something last year very briefly. Once again, the Tennessee coaches voted down having a shot clock. I know where you stand on this. Voted down a shot clock this year. What do you think it's going to take for that to finally happen?
I have no idea. I thought, we were going to have the shot clock in the next couple years, and I think they're talking about putting it back on the table 2025 maybe. But I have no idea what it's going to take. Maybe some of those coaches that won a few state championships can come out and say, hey, let's bring the shot clock back in. Or bring it in. So I have no idea, Steve.
Yeah, in particular, your biggest takeaways from Tuesday night with that opener?
Well, I just love, looking in the scorebook, and we have multiple scores. I really enjoyed that, and everybody having the opportunity to play. We had some kids that might not see too much time, but they put in the effort in the preseason, conditioning, lifting weights, and it was good to see them out there playing.
Jeff, thanks so much for being with us tonight. Wish you a lot of good luck and hope we'll bring home another W.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
And that's Coach Jeff Jones, and we're glad to have him with us, as we will several times during the course of this season. Now let's take a look at our halftime statistics, and we'll be able to bring you up to date on how the two teams have been doing tonight. And if you want to see a game, 25-23, McKenzie in the lead. But if you want to see a game that is almost completely even, look at these stats. And let's see, Billy, have we got them up there yet? Okay, let's take a look at these, and I'm going to come over here and check my monitor so I can see. Here we go. I tell you, this is a great director who manages to hand this back to me right here. USJ 45%, 9 of 20 from the floor. McKenzie 10 of 20 for 50%. So the shooting percentages have been pretty strong. Field goals from three-point land, it's still pretty well even. 33% for USJ, 36% for McKenzie. Each team 50% from the line. McKenzie 1 out of 2, USJ 2 out of 4. They have not gone to the free throw line that much. Rebounding, it's all even, 10-10. Turnovers, it's all even, 4-4. And they haven't, because the turnovers have been so few, they haven't had a lot to be able to capitalize off of. McKenzie did get 1 3-point basket off of a Lady Bruin mistake, but that's also saying right there that the defenders have been doing an outstanding job in this one tonight. So there you have it on your halftime stats, brought to you by the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And this is one of those that it frankly could come down to the final shot of the contest. Tell you what, let's take a quick 1-minute break, and then we'll come back with the second half.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Our thanks once again to Coach Jeff Jones for joining us here at halftime, and we'll be seeing the Bruins on the floor against McKenzie. We were told before the game that McKenzie will not be at full strength tonight because a number of their players who also play football will not be playing in this one this evening because of the fact they are still in the state playoffs. So it's going to be a real challenge for them, probably stamina-wise, to be able to make it through tonight. Now, Ava Barham back out there at the post after being charged with 2 fouls early in the second quarter. It is going to be McKenzie's ball to begin this third period of play, up 25-23. And Reynolds to toss it in. Tell you can't help but be impressed with Savannah Davis because just her movement toward the basket and so many things she does without the basketball, almost stolen by Halen Ayers. But she is going to be a handful for any defenders, and they've got Ava coming up front to double team to see if they can perhaps force a turnover. And once again, double teaming, almost stolen away, but Ellen Driver is going to be charged with a foul. It's not going to be a shooting foul, and that is only Ellen's first. In the entire game, the Lady Bruins have only committed 4 fouls. And only 3 by McKenzie. As I say, the trips to the free throw line have been precious and few. And big 3. Right there over Lily Teague, and Davis with her 4th 3 of the game. She is 4 out of 7 from behind the arc. Halen's going to try to answer it and was robbed. Oh, my. She had that right there, and the basket had eyes. Gottschall connecting. So this is the largest deficit, and Halen goes all the way down and nails it. And this is where Halen Ayers oftentimes has to take control of a game. Because 7 down is the largest deficit the Lady Bruins have faced so far in this very young season. Davis working one-on-one against Halen Ayers. Now Reynolds against Lily Teague. And they're spreading out the offense once again. And high off the glass, Ava Barham with a rebound. She's in trouble and has to force it away. And you can tell there is some displeasure on the part of McKenzie's coach about that call. But the Lady Bruins are going to hang on to it. And shall we say he has made his editorial comment. It did not change the call. Quickly down the floor, the jumper. That's too much on it. And let's see who the call is going to be on. That is going to be the 3rd, unfortunately, on Ava Barham. So that's going to send Mia Spellings back in. Ava has had just really tonight some situations where she's been in the wrong place at the wrong time, where one of them is when they were lobbing it into her on the inside, she was backing up. And all of a sudden the defender was there and had position. Davis against Ayers. That has been a huge matchup this evening, as well as Reynolds against Teague. From the corner, quick release on that 3, but it is short. The follow is right there for Cheyenne Long. Getting the points off the offensive rebounds, huge. Back to the 7-point margin. And playing on the road for the first time this season, that is really, really tough. Because you're down 3 possessions. Halen turns and fires, and it's iron unkind, and the rebound to Reynolds. And underneath, taking it all the way through. Reynolds now with 9 in the game. And Lady Bruins are going to have to work out of a hole now, down 9. This is resembling somewhat in the opposite stretch of the way things were this past Tuesday night against Greenfield. And the jumper for the 3. It's there. All right, that chops a little bit off of it, and Mia Spellings again is having herself a night. That's her 2nd 3 of the game. So they've closed it down to within 6. This is where they need to get a couple of stops that are very critical. But as you can see from the stats we gave you at halftime, this McKenzie team does not make a lot of mistakes. And let's see what it's going to be, a jump ball, and the alternate possession is going to go to USJ. Yeah, that was a dangerous pass, but it worked, and they've got a 3-on-2. Halen, the fall-away jumper is there. That's why so many people say that she plays so far beyond her years as just a freshman. Again, they work the perimeter. This team is as patient and disciplined as you will see, and knocked away, but retrieved once again and almost lost it out of bounds and finally gets back into the hands of Reynolds. That was almost a big steal on the inside by Sophie King. And open for the three. Got it. Perfect line drive for Sophie Pate. And this is going to be a one-on-one race, and down the stretch she goes. Ellen Driver, her first basket from the floor tonight. After getting down 9, they're within 5. Reynolds has to fire a gamble and got it. Reynolds had already committed to the shot, and for her, she was fortunate enough to be in the right position. And they say that Halen was not over the midcourt line when she took that pass, so they are charging an over and back violation. And that is one that is just absolutely, it's one of the breaks you have. 39-32. On top is McKenzie. Back with more in a minute.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
As we say, the third quarter is so often moving quarter, and it has been that indeed for the home team of McKenzie. They led by 4 at the end of the first quarter. At the halftime, it was 25-23, and now they're up by 7, leading by as many as 9 here in the third. And Lady Bruins have got to get some stops. And they got to send it back all the way beyond midcourt. We're more than halfway through this third period of action. Got the boys' game immediately afterward, and we look forward to having you with us. And watch the footwork on Halen Ayers. And how about that from Savannah Davis? And you work against a Halen Ayers, that is a tough one to do, and she has an opportunity to get a three-point play. That's the first foul on Halen tonight. And Davis with a three-point play and the biggest lead. She's got 18 now. Make it 19. And this full court pressure is really bothering the Lady Bruins. So Halen's going to have to bring it up herself and drew a dangerous pass, and it finally got back into the hands of the Lady Bruins. And let's see. Yep, they say that she was on the end line. That is only the 6th turnover of the game. And Ellen Driver quickly comes in to replace Addie Simeon. So it has been extraordinarily tough defense on the part of McKenzie. They forced 2 turnovers against USJ, and they've got an opportunity to capitalize off of this most recent one. And Davis, and the foul is likely to be charged to Halen Ayers. So Halen has picked up a couple now. 4th team foul of the quarter on the Lady Bruins. None have been charged to McKenzie. So Reynolds to toss it in. They're hemmed up in the corner, but Reynolds gets over there, and what a ball handler. She slid and traveled. That left foot just dragged a bit, and so that is only the 5th turnover for the Lady Rebels. But look at this full court pressure once again. You'd think it was at the end of the game, but they're relentless. Now this is going to be a race. Lily Teague going to try to take it all the way. Down the stretch she goes and can't come up with it. And a foul underneath. Foul is charged to Sophie Pate. That is her first. Boy, it looked as though Lily had won the race on that one. This is not a shooting foul, so Lady Bruins with 2:39 to go and down 10. They got to start making a move now. And they got an open screen. The 3 just bounds off. Lily with the offensive board. And Halen's going to take one from 25 feet out and hit it. Well, that helps to make it a 42-35 game. And they slow the tempo once again. They've outscored the Lady Bruins 17-12 in this 3rd period, and they're going to take a little time to just ease it out. Davis working once again, but they pick her up because Spellings comes over to double team with Halen Ayers. Look at how the patience is. And in the corner, open for the 3 again, and that one is off. Big rebound for Halen. And we're getting close to the 1-minute mark. Halen with a jumper, fall away, off to the left. And the rebound to Davis. Well, that's a big one. So they're back up to a 10-point lead. Lady Bruins had a chance to cut it to 5, and it is so tough against this defense. They're under a minute. They've got to get a couple of baskets here. Lily's wide open, and it was blocked. Lily had the drive, and it was blocked by Davis. Knocked away by Sophie King. So 38 seconds remaining, and Greenfield's going to take a 30-second timeout. Let's take a quick one, and we'll be right back.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Well, Savannah Davis has had herself quite an evening. 22 points to lead all scorers. Halen Ayers has not been shabby at all with 16. Halen with 5 rebounds, but the foul trouble that Ava Barham has been in, you can tell they have missed her somewhat in this game with her presence down low, particularly defensively. And that's not taking anything away from Mia Spellings, who has delivered 8 points for the Lady Bruins tonight off the bench. I have a feeling we'll probably see Ava back in there in the fourth quarter. So McKenzie again matching its largest lead at 10, and may be playing it unless they get a good look early. They may be playing it for a final shot because they would love to maintain a double-digit lead. Teague again against Reynolds. This has been a battle all night long. Down to 10 seconds. And double dribbling. So another unforced error. 6 turnover now for the Lady Rebels, but the Lady Bruins only have 5 seconds to manage to get some kind of basket, and you're facing that full court pressure. Halen's going to have to hurry. She's going to put up a 60-footer. Whoa! Let's say this, the trajectory was there. That was asking a little bit too much to put up one from about 58 feet, but she gave it a shot. 45-35, McKenzie leads. Got to go get them, Lady Bruins, and we'll be back with the final 8 minutes after this.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Well, back we are live from McKenzie High School. And Savannah Davis and Michaela Reynolds have delivered 33 of the 45 points. And you can imagine, because they're all region standouts. Halen Ayers with 16 points so far in tonight's game for the Lady Bruins. But they have not been able to get on one of those rolls that you like to see them do where they can just deliver. So here we go. And this one doesn't help for McKenzie to get the opening possession of the fourth quarter. And you got to believe they're going to be very deliberate with that basketball here in this final 8 minutes. They can afford to play defensive ball. And underneath, what a lob inside to Reynolds. And that gives her 13. Every possession now so critical for the Lady Bruins. It's an early season test, and they'll learn a lot from this, and Halen just couldn't get it up high enough. Offensive board to Mia Spellings. Halen's going to bring it back outside. Ava Barham back in there playing with the 3 fouls, and the jumper. Gets the friendly roll for Sophie King. She has 8. And this is where defense is so critical for the Lady Bruins because they're not going to give you one. And from the outside, in and out, but they scramble underneath, and it's going to be a foul. That one's charged to Lily Teague. And got a little equipment adjustment, trying to get the shoe tied down on the floor. And it has largely been an 8 to 10 point game. McKenzie got up at one point by 12, but second half, it has been pretty much in the hands of the Lady Rebels. They'll play it underneath. Boys game will be about 12 minutes after this one, so stay with us for that. Pate was open but chose not to go for a bomb. So here goes Davis. And she has controlled this game. Fallaway is off to the right. And finally, the rebound in the hands of Mia Spellings. And they want to play discipline, but they also have to have a sense of urgency, and Ashley Ayers is directing traffic from her seat on the bench. And Halen's going to try one. Iron was unkind. And the rebound to Gottschall. And the ball will go back into the hands of McKenzie, and timeout called by the Lady Rebels. So 5:41 to go, a 10-point lead for McKenzie. Back with the rest of it in a moment.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt, and let my family take care of yours.
Want to make mention of our fine sponsors. I hope that you will go to all of them. Acknowledge them. Email, text, in person, and let them know how much you appreciate them sponsoring USJ Bruins athletics across the board. We have such a great pleasure on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network to bring you all of these contests, and so many of them on the road as well as at home. And without the sponsors, we won't be here. And so it's just a real joy for us, and we are so thankful for the advertisers on USJ Bruin basketball. So it'll come back with 5:41 remaining, and McKenzie to toss it in underneath. Got to hurry to get it in. And finally back to Davis. Boy, she is collected and composed. It is just amazing to watch her play. And a turnover. That's only the third one in this half for McKenzie. USJ is only committed 2, but they got to capitalize off of it. And that one was just a little bit too far outside, and the rebound comes up to Gottschall. And I didn't think there was any way in the world they were going to stop Savannah Davis, and timeout is called by USJ. And so we take another break. 12-point lead for McKenzie.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Ashley Ayers decided to stop the action because she just felt like there were too many mistakes being made down at the opposite end of the floor. Not a lot of scoring in this fourth quarter. McKenzie the edge 4-2, but when you're USJ and playing from this kind of deficit, you got to have what most of us would call a run, and it's just not happening tonight. And Ava, one of the rare times that she is bringing the ball down the floor, and Michaela Reynolds charged with her first foul. That's only their first team foul, so Lady Bruins will play it on the side. Lily Teague has had a defensive challenge all night long tonight, but she's been impressive. And that one goes away. And the fall-away jumper is short. And let's see what the scramble is going to be. That's the second foul on Michaela Reynolds. So turnover doesn't do any damage, and here comes Ellen Driver, speedy down the floor. Ellen's calling for it, and now she switches over from right to left. So yeah, they have kept Ava Barham bottled up all night long tonight. On the screen, oh my goodness, that's the Velcro three. That's one of those that is so frustrating because, and Paul Schultze is going over there to knock it down with his wireless camera. Oh no, Paul has just lost the, he has just lost the shade out front. I know how much those wireless cameras cost. I'm not sure whether Paul ought to do that again. Oh, goodness. That's one of the few times that our executive producer has been caught in the midst of trying to retrieve a ball in actual game action. And the official comes over to make sure that the right light is on as far as alternate possession should we have another held ball. Well, that was unfortunate. I mean, I was entertained by seeing Paul go up there and save that. I just don't know about it with the camera. Well, they're going to charge one to Halen, and that is her third. She and Ava Barham both have three, but at this stage of the game, you just got to go with your strength. And I think it would be safe to say this second half, particularly the fourth quarter, has been a rather grueling quarter. Davis against, and that one went nowhere. And got a whistle. Foul is on Cheyenne Long, her second, the freshman charged. So USJ will play it from the side, and we've got less than half of this final period remaining. One of the things I like about Lily Teague is that as a freshman, she is not afraid of more experienced defenders. And Halen with a big bomb off to the left. It's asking an awful lot of her to be able to deliver all of these. She's had 9 threes tonight and connected on 2. And Davis is just going to be deliberate. She's taking her time as though Christmas, and they scramble with that, and here you go. Down, oh my goodness. Well, Cheyenne Long saved a sure basket off that turnover. Ellen Driver finally picked up that scramble, and I thought it was going to be a down the stretch. And she was clobbered by Long. And connects. That is the first point off a turnover in tonight's game for the Lady Bruins. And she gets them both. Ellen with 6 tonight. 49-39. And they are almost triple teaming in the backcourt. And knocked away, and it goes to USJ. Good defense, particularly there at the end by Sophie King. So that is the 9th turnover now but with 2:51 to go, you've got to deliver on every possession, and you can't take 30 and 45 seconds to get a score. This is where urgency has to kick in. And there may not be enough possessions to get the rally you need, but we'll see what happens. And this strong man-to-man pressure is just continuing. They go to Ava Barham, who turns it up too high. And the rebound coming off to Gottschall. But they turn it right back over. So USJ with another opportunity. So the Lady Bruins are going to try to see if they can get in a big high lob outside. Ellen's going to go between. What a spin move in the basket for Ellen Driver. Ellen with 8. That's the best spin move I've seen all season. But they're 8 down, and they're going to, and timeout again is called by McKenzie. We got a little more than 2 minutes to go. They got to get up from an 8-point deficit. We'll see if they can.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
USJ's had the edge in this fourth quarter, 6-4. But as we say, it's questionable. Are there enough possessions available to be able to come from 8 down with 2 minutes to go? Not impossible. It's just improbable. And we'll see what happens. And McKenzie just taking a break to try to make sure that they have strategy connected, and we'll see what they do with it on this possession. And Reynolds will toss it in. And they may have to gamble for a steal here and there, but that's the player, if you are McKenzie, that you want it in her hands, and that's Davis. She's had a big one tonight. And the turnaround jumper is off the mark. The Lady Bruins come up with it, but it's stolen right back away. Oh, that one hurt. And driving down underneath, and that one's too strong, but they get the offensive board once again. That's been the problem. They have not been able to stop them from getting, this is a third possession right here in this situation. And we're down to 1:14, and it is knocked away. Finally get it. And Halen's going to try to take it all the way down. She is fouled. Now let's see if they call that an offensive foul. I do believe they did. They say the defender had position. Halen Ayers is not happy with that call. That is the fourth on Halen. I should say Ashley Ayers is not happy with that call. Halen wasn't thrilled with it either. And let's see who they charge it to. And technical foul on Ashley Ayers. Mia Spellings was charged with a personal foul, and apparently they felt like that Ashley came too far off the coach's box, and so this is going to largely be an opportunity to ice the entire thing. First off, it's going to be Davis that will shoot the technicals. It will not be a shooting foul when it comes to the personal foul, because that's only the, well, now it is listed as the 15 foul, so they may actually have a shooting foul with that, and that makes it 51-41. So they're going to play it over on the side, and with less than a minute to go, it would take almost a miracle finish for the Lady Bruins to be able to come away with this one. And that was a good retrieve on the part of Reynolds. And gambling for the steal. Foul is charged to Mia Spellings, and that is her third. So that will bring Reynolds to the line. She has 13 tonight. The game leader, Savannah Davis, with 26. And that one's off the mark. Halen Ayers has been held scoreless in the fourth quarter. She has 16. They're going to bring in Ellen Driver once again. Missed them both. That is a rarity for Michaela Reynolds. And the foul, that's going to be charged to Cheyenne Long. That'll be her fourth.
McKenzie foul number 4, Cheyenne Long. That's her fourth, team fifth of the fourth quarter.
So Lily Teague will go to the line.
Lily Teague will shoot 2 shots.
She'll have a couple. And you need to get them while the clock is stopped. Lily got it. So they've closed it back to a 3-possession lead. Got them both, 51-43. And they're using all the full court pressure they possibly can. Almost stolen, and it is. Halen with a turnaround. And got it, and the foul. We could have a 5-point game. Foul is on Cheyenne Long, and that will be it for her. So Halen Ayers with her first basket of the game, and those turnovers are mounting up. But again, are there enough possessions left? So Long is out, and they're going to take their time to replace her. And checking in will be Molly French. And they really need this 3-point play from Halen. In and out. Iron was unkind. Gottschall has run, and here's a steal once again. It's not over, folks. Halen to the corner. They've got to get one off quickly. And from the corner, no, too long. They had a chance. And underneath, and the foul, that's going to be the one that finishes it off. Ava Borum did everything she could to try to stop it. But Sophie Pate connects, and that one will deliver a victory. And all that matters now is, and it was in and out, and Davis with the follow. And the offensive board, 28 points, and that is it. It was a valiant comeback attempt by the Lady Bruins, but they go down to McKenzie 55-45. We'll be back with the totals right after this message.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, we are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
If it's black, round, and rolls, we have it in stock for you. I'm Taylor at King Tire Company. Come see us at any of our 3 convenient locations in Jackson or Humboldt and let our family take care of yours.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Hello folks, this is Gary Deaton right here at Deaton's Carpet One. I want to let you know we've been in business for 48 years. Here's what I believe has made the difference. Our lifetime labor warranty on everything we install. Our healthy living installation, bacteria and germs cannot survive in our new flooring. Our beautiful guarantee, if you don't just love it, we'll replace it. It will make your flooring experience priceless. We're located on Freedom Highway, 1000 Highway 45 bypass in good old Jackson, Tennessee.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Downtown is thriving and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buying a home is a major milestone, and at the Bank of Jackson, we want to help you achieve it. Our mortgage specialists can assist you with conventional, VA, FHA, or construction loans, as well as USDA and THDA development loans. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Dynamics Physical Therapy, we help our clients get back to doing what they love. Dynamics is now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt.
Chris King here with King Tire Company. Leveling kits, lift kits, wheels, and tires, we can take care of that at any of our King Tire Company locations at a price you can afford.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Ariya.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
I will be the greatest, greatest, greatest. 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 I will be
The Bruins and the McKenzie Rebels warming up, and we're a little more than 5 minutes away from tip-off time for the boys' half of our doubleheader. But let me run down the scoring for you. in the girls' game, won 55-45 by McKenzie. It was a tremendous show by Savannah Davis and Michaela Reynolds, the two seniors. 26 points for Davis. She had 5 3-pointers in the game and 13 for Michaela Reynolds. It seemed as though if one of them had a cold series, the other one picked it up. Davis added 8 rebounds and Reynolds had 4. Flipping over to USJ. Halen Ayers, 18 points in the contest. And she had, now I'm doing just some mental calculations right here. She ended up with 2 3-pointers. There was just so much pressure on her in that final period to try to see if she could carry this team on her back. And it just was not enough. 18 points and 5 rebounds for Halen Ayers. You had 3 players with 8 each. Sophie King, Mia Spellings, who had a very strong second and third quarter for the Lady Bruins off the bench. And then 8 for Ellen Driver. Ellen added, well, let me come back. I'm looking at the wrong category. Lily Teague with 4 rebounds in the game. And for somebody who is a point guard, that is frankly unheard of in high school basketball to get more than a couple. So she was over there trying to get as many boards as she could. Mia Spellings with 5. Halen Ayers, as we said, with 5 rebounds as well. Now let's take a look at your final team statistics brought to you by BallGame Blitz Sports Network. Lady Bruins, it was just harder for them. They were not hitting as well from the outside tonight. 37% from the floor. In that second half, McKenzie was just red hot. Ended up 61% shooting. And it was a very patient game that they played. 3-point field goals, McKenzie 42%, while the Lady Bruins were 33%. In free throws, the Lady Bruins 67%, and it looked as though they may make a run late from the free throw line as they came up with 4 out of 5 in that fourth quarter. 50% for McKenzie, but it didn't really hurt them at all, missing every other shot. The rebounding, this was a really tough one because McKenzie had the edge rebounding 23-17, including 9 offensive boards that made it very, very tough on the Lady Bruins to stop second and third opportunities at the basket. Turnovers, this was a good figure. The Lady Bruins with only 9, and they forced 13 McKenzie turnovers, including 5 in that final period as they were trying to make a rally. And they picked up 9 points off those turnovers to 5 for McKenzie. So they had an edge there. It was just simply not enough. And this was a team that was just double tough to deal with on its home floor, and particularly those two seniors in Davis and Reynolds. They were double tough tonight, and the final was 55-45. And we're getting set for the men's game right here, and we're about to introduce the starting lineups. And it was a tremendous night for Mills Terry, Sam Cale, and Brady Smith in the opener on Tuesday night at home when they just squashed, there's about no any other way you can say it, Greenfield 67-35. And one of the amazing totals, 33 points off turnovers on Tuesday night for the Bruins. And this is going to be, and as Jeff Jones told us in our interview with him, he said, I like to play on the road early because you really get to see what you have when you're dealing with, I certainly don't want to say a hostile crowd, but you don't have as many of the home folks supporting you. And he says, this is really what, when you start a season, you got to learn early that you have to win on the road as well as at home. As we mentioned, McKenzie will not have their full complement tonight because of the fact that they've got some two-sport athletes that are still in the state football playoffs and will be involved in that tomorrow night. So they're only going to have 7 players to go to tonight, stamina is certainly going to be a challenge for them. And, of course, Mills Terry with 16 points, Cale and Smith with 11 each on Tuesday night. In strong support from Wallace Driver and Reed Finney in that 67-35 victory. And we're about to introduce those starters. There's Reed Finney. And Wallace Driver, the junior guard. Sam Cale. That freshman who's so impressive. Brady Smith, the senior. And there you go. Hayes Carney also in that lineup. Cordell Orgain. Eli Vinson. Landon Brown. Carter Key, who is a junior. And a senior, Hayden Garrett, pardon me. They'll be starting out tonight with 3 juniors, a sophomore, and a senior. But they're only going to have 2 guys that they can go to on the bench. That'll change later in the season. And we are about set to go, and I hope you'll stay with us. And our pleasure to bring it to you right here. Steve Beverly with all the play-by-play live on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network from McKenzie, Tennessee. And hopefully Paul Schultze will not have the need in this game to retrieve a basketball that sticks in the iron. And let the games begin. It is picked up off the tip by Wallace Driver. It was a quick flurry on the part of USJ on Tuesday night against Greenfield, and it was pretty much game, set, and match early. And they're trying to go on the inside, and that will be the first foul of the contest. And that's going to be charged to Eli Vinson. So going to the line for 2 is Sam Keel. Bruins were strong from the free throw line on Tuesday night. It was interesting talking to Jeff Jones because I knew from an interview we did last year is that he strongly favors a shot clock in high school basketball, but they couldn't get enough of a majority of the coaches across the state to agree to that this year, but he's hoping that in another couple of years they'll bring it up again. Bruins taking the early lead from the free throw line, and trying to call the plays is Carter Key. And some of these guys are going to have to go 40 minutes tonight. You just know they're going to have to. And one of the biggest things they have to do tonight is just have strong ball possession, because they will tire out against this Bruin defense. And knocked away. Brady Smith managed to corral that one out of bounds. So Key will toss it in from the side. And he is working against Reed Finney. And they try to set that screen. And once again, they work the perimeter. They're trying to hold it as long as they can for a good shot, because they know with only 7 players it is very tough. That one was way off the mark, and he's going to get the offensive board and misses the second time. So Vinson tried twice and couldn't make it go. Long 3. That's an air ball, and that's gone. Brady tried one a little bit too far outside his range. If McKenzie can hold on to the ball for any extended time, you figure this one will be a low-scoring affair and that perhaps they won't be able to get that 67-point mark that they did on Tuesday night. That one was tipped away by Wallace Driver. Barely 2 minutes into this one. Up the road in Carroll County. And nice job on the drive by Garrett. And the foul is charged to Reed Finney, his first. So Garrett will shoot 2. And he got the friendly spin, not the friendly roll on that one. That was like Wheel of Fortune, and he didn't hit bankrupt. And he connects on the second one to give McKenzie the lead. But we are very, very early, and look how quickly the Bruins come down the field. They're not going to challenge them with a full-court press. And just off the mark. And that's going to go out of bounds, and they give it back to McKenzie. That one was just, that was in the cylinder, and it's as if somebody just wished it out. So once again, it is Vinson. And Fallaway is there for the 3. He was just behind the arc line, and Hayden Garrett connects. So an early 5-1 lead and forcing it through left-handed. You don't know how difficult that is, going to your left and then tossing up a left-hand floater layup. And Wallace Driver just accomplished it to cut it to a 2-point margin. And again, they're trying ball control as much as they can. That's tipped away. And good court awareness on the part of Key to recover, and that one's off the back of the iron, the rebound to Finney. And a big 3. That was off the back of the iron, and good job concentrating for Reed Finney on the offensive board. And the foul. Cordell Orgain is charged with the foul. That's the team's second. Bruins again trying to work it down, and the bank is there. Money in the bank for Brady Smith. His first basket, and we're tied at 5. Boy, I love to see. And here goes a steal. And Key, I'm impressed with his awareness, and they're going to catch him for a foul on the backside. That is going to be charged to Sam Cale. So they'll play it on the side, each team with 2 team fouls. And here goes the steal. This is going to be a foot race. Here he goes. Down the stretch he goes, and it's not there. So the rebound goes to Landon Brown. And the foul. It'll be a 2-shot opportunity. Boy, I thought Sam Cale had that one down the stretch, but Brady Smith commits his first. Actually, not a bad foul at all, because that broke up what may well have been a piece of cake layup. Halfway through this first 8 minutes of action. Key connects on the free throw. They are 3 for 3 so far as McKenzie retakes the lead. If you just joined us, it was a tough night across the board for the Lady Bruins, particularly in the second half, as they fell 55-45 to McKenzie. And directing traffic is Wallace Driver. And he stops and pops, and it doesn't go. And a little bit of volleyball and the foul. And that one looks as though that one's going to be charged to Eli Vincent. If it is, that is his second. And checking in for the Bruins, Logan Foster, the junior. That's not Logan. That is, well, we got one coming off the bench for McKenzie. They got a check on right here that we didn't have a number for. It's Nolan Fawcett. And underneath. And the foul is charged. Foul is charged to Cordell Orgain, I think. Yes, Orgain has committed his second, and it is a two-shot foul. It was a little bit of a confusing signal, but Mills Terry will go to the line. Mills had a big one on Tuesday night with 16 points. In that second half, he really took control. And the junior connects. Boy, he did a tremendous job as a receiver and also on defense for the Bruins in football this year, and couldn't get it. The foul, and that's going to be an over-the-back charge to Wallace Driver. That's the fourth team foul. Each team has committed 4. Unfortunately for McKenzie, Vincent and Orgain already have 2, and of course this is not a deep lineup with only 7 players available tonight. Again, they're just trying to control the tempo as much as possible. That was an air ball, and the rebound coming off to Wallace. And underneath, offensive foul is charged to Mills Terry. So it has been up and down the floor, but not a lot of scoring so far. The Bruins are 2 out of 7 from the field. We'll check on McKenzie's total in just a moment. Key taking his time, and we're getting under the 3-minute mark. And that one, here you go. There's another foot race going. Mills has it knocked away, and they say it went off his knee. So the teams swap turnovers, 2 each. And Garrett will toss it in, the senior. And again, they are doing what is necessary if you're going to compete and you don't have but 2 guys that you can bring in off the benches. Just try to control the tempo and work for patient shots. And he went right into traffic. Big long jumper for a 3, and it is there. Hayden Garrett, that's his second 3 of the contest. A 10-6 lead for the Rebels. Good spin move. And overshooting the layup and the rebound to Garrett. I thought Logan would have that one, but it just didn't fall. Put a little bit too much power on that one. And once again, McKenzie, the fall away, and that one is going to be out of there. Tried the long bomb, and it was short. And here come the Bruins once again. Mills is working against Hayden Garrett. Big 3. Yes, sir. Brady Smith with the first 3 of the contest for the Bruins. A 10-9 lead for McKenzie. And here goes the steal. And that's knocked away. That was a bad angle on the pass. Brown knocked it away, but the Bruins will play it underneath. 3 turnovers now for McKenzie. Bruins have been behind or tied for the entire quarter, but a chance to take a first lead. Turnaround bank is not there, but the follow is for Mills Terry. And that comes off the turnover. And Bruins with their first lead at 11-10. This is Garrett, the senior. Nice, crisp defense on the part of Hayes Carney to knock that one away. And checking back in is Orgain, coming in with 2 fouls. They've got to be careful as much as possible to stay out of foul trouble with the lack of depth in this contest. And checking out for just a bit is Wallace Driver. Almost stolen and going to the deck hard, and they're going to charge that one to Logan Foster. That's the 16th foul, so they'll go to the line for 2. Carter Key hit his first 2 earlier in the quarter, and a chance to retake the lead for the Rebels. And he nails it. He has a nice, smooth, very relaxed shooting process. So we're brand new again at 11-11. And gets a friendly roll. So all of his 4 points have come from the free throw line, and that is our 3rd lead change of the game. All right, let's see if the Bruins work it for a final shot in the quarter if they try to go on ahead and hit one. And the jumper is there. Nice high jump on the part of Brady Smith, who now has 7 of the 13 points of the Bruins. So I think it's almost assured that McKenzie will try to play it for the final shot as we're under 10 seconds in the quarter. And they're trying to count it out, but they can't get it off. And he got it just before the horn. No, they wave it off. And the coach is all the way out to midcourt. And they are claiming that it was good, but they waved it off. And technical foul is called on McKenzie's coach. So McKenzie will have the lead. Pardon me. The Bruins will have the lead, but with that technical foul, now the question is, will they shoot it here? And frankly, you're supposed to shoot it before you start the quarter. Tell you what, let's take a 30-second break. We'll come back and see the technical.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at HumboldtDodgeChryslerJeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
All right, these technicals will count as second quarter points because the technical was called after time ran out. And it'll be Brady Smith to shoot them. Now, that was a rather interesting turn of events at the end of the quarter. Bang, bang play, and they waved off that the basket was there, and Brady connects to give him 8 points. And the coach was rather dissatisfied and came out to midcourt, and they promptly gave him a tee. So that's a big bonus as Bruins get the first points of the second quarter and now have their largest lead of 3 at 15-12. And this is a team that once they got a lead, look at that spin move. And going inside and drawing the foul is Brady Smith. Once this team got a lead in the first quarter against Greenfield, they were unstoppable. Carter Key commits. That's the first team foul of the quarter. So the Bruins could potentially end up with 4 points in 4 seconds of this quarter. Just off the mark, and checking in for the Bruins again will be Reed Finney. And coming out, Logan Foster. Brady so far in the game is 2 out of 3 from the line. 9 points, and this would put him in double digits. And he has 10 of the 16 points. And here goes a steal. And this is going to be a foot race. He could not hold on to it. That was tremendous speed on the part of the freshman, Cale, but he just simply couldn't contain his momentum and went out of bounds with it. But you got to give him credit for a breakup, and timeout is called by the Rebels. We'll be back with the Bruins on top by 4.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
Cooler weather this fall and a colder winter makes a spa even more enjoyable. Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom features a huge selection of spas from the biggest names in the business. Come see us on Carriage House Drive in Jackson today.
Well, the Bruins have reeled off 6 in a row to lead it 16-12. And as we mentioned, they are playing against a McKenzie team that is really, really hurting for depth tonight. They've got 7 players to draw from. And if you get a couple of them in foul trouble, you know what that means is that the remaining ones have to carry it all the way without subbing. And this is Vinson. And Finney challenging him hard, and another turnover. Bruins already with 4 points off of McKenzie mistakes. And look at that drive on the inside. Smooth move by Sam Cale. Bruins by 6. 8 unanswered points. Key trying to find any opening that he can and almost had it stripped away again and did lose it. And Bruins trying to collect some more points off turnovers. This is where they really began to put on the pressure against Greenfield on Tuesday night. And the offensive foul is charged to Brady Smith. I don't think there was going to be any doubt about that. The defender had position, and Jeff Jones off the bench. And Brady's going to check out. And Mills Terry back in. Haynes Carney in there as well as Finney. Cale. And again, they're trying to find anybody open. This man-to-man defense that Jeff Jones is employing has just been like a surgeon. They've had a hard time driving on the inside tonight. Just about all of their points have come from the free throw line or outside, and they're going to call a reach-in foul on Mills. That is his second. The game leader so far is Brady Smith in double figures with 10. And getting set to check back in is Logan Foster. And Mills will check out with those 2 fouls. Brady Smith with 2 as well. And they're going to lob it back into the backcourt. Steve Beverly with you on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. Second half of our USJ doubleheader as the Bruins look to pick up a split. And that was a big gamble. He did come away with the foul. Key is just doing everything he can to try to get something going. Foster commits his second, so you got 3 Bruins now with 2 fouls each. And Key to the line. They haven't scored in the first 2 minutes of this quarter. And he finally puts one on the board. And back to a 4-point game. They're employing a bit of a half-court trap right now against the Bruins. When you only got 7 players, that's somewhat of a risk to begin to lose stamina later in the game. Now, that probably was an opportunity to try to just confuse USJ. And look, going right through everybody, and it is good. Foul is charged to Vinson, and that is his 3rd. And so they'll quickly get in Nolan Fawcett once again. All right, they did not give him the basket. Fall-away jumper is there for Sam Cale. Bruins with a 20-14 lead. And a strong shooting percentage so far in this first half. Key looks almost like he's exhausted already. He's gone at it all the way, almost tipped. They're going to go for a bomb, and not there. And high for the rebound is Hayes Carney. Quickly down, and not enough on it. Rebound coming off to Orgain. Bruins missed a golden opportunity right there to extend it back to an 8-point lead. Key has just been looking at red jerseys all night long, sometimes 2 and 3. And watch how the Bruins are just playing this tight man-to-man defense. And McKenzie again slowing it up a bit just to preserve some strength as we get to the halfway point of this second period. They go to the inside, and a nice job of dishing off to Orgain for his first basket of the contest as they close back to within 4. Bruins spread out the offense. They're double teaming Driver in the corner, but he just moves away and he dishes an easy one inside to Foster. What an assist. 6-point lead. And once again, they slow the tempo. They try to get some screens underneath to what they hope will get Orgain open, but he's also giving away some height to Hayes Carney. Big high arc, and that was hard off the iron. And the rebound coming off to Reed Finney. Big long 3. Yes, sir. Not a doubt from the time that it left Hayes' hand. That's Hayes' first basket of the game, and the biggest lead now for the Bruins at 25-16. And this looks like a jump ball, and the alternate possession will go back to McKenzie. Checking in, Eli Vinson, who's going to come in with those 3 fouls, but I know they feel like they have no choice but to try to go with their strength until they potentially do foul out of the game. Fawcett will check back out. And this one's going to be a steal. I have no doubt whatsoever. Well, no, I have to credit Key. And they threw it away. And Key is down on the floor, and he took a big spill. Boy, he had to shake that one off. Apparently they said the Bruins touched it last, so it's still going to be McKenzie ball, and timeout called. Bruins on top, 25-16. Back with the remainder of the second quarter after this.
Are you looking to build a career? Build a career with West Tennessee's own H&M Company. H&M is a leading coast-to-coast industrial design and construction firm for Fortune 500 companies. Founded in Milan in 1957 and headquartered in Jackson, H&M is actively hiring in all areas of construction and engineering. Visit us at hmcompany.com to start building your career today.
Back live at McKenzie High School, and the Rebels, after leading virtually all of the first quarter until they frittered it away to a 13-12 USJ margin, have really struggled to stay afloat in this second quarter. And the Bruins have outscored them 12-4 to take a 9-point margin at 25-16. And as we mentioned, this is a tough evening for this Rebel team to be going with 6 players, actually 7 players, and only one of them. And I'm looking across the board at this. Eli Vinson already playing with 3 fouls. And some of their football players who are not in game action tonight because they have a state playoff football game tomorrow night, they are on the bench to give as much support as they can to their teammates. But Bruins have been forcing a lot of mistakes in this game, 6 turnovers so far for McKenzie. And they were helped by a technical foul at the end of the first quarter that opened the second with 2 free throws by Brady Smith. And Brady is the game leader with 10. But he also has 2 fouls. And that's going to be a trip called to Wallace Driver. So he has 2. Mills Terry, Wallace Driver, Brady Smith, Logan Foster, all with 2 for the Bruins. And I got to hand Carter Key for all the grit that he's had tonight, because he's had to go at it all the way. He's a junior. And Bruins now in somewhat of a 2-3 zone. They switch up between a man-to-man and a zone. And Brown trying to find an opening. Long 3 that is way off the mark, and the rebound comes off to Finney. And the whistle. Foul is charged to Landon Brown. That's only the 3rd team foul. Checking out will be Wallace Driver, and coming in is Braden Jones. He's a freshman. And he'll take one of the wing forward positions. Technically, everybody's a guard who's not playing at the post, though, in modern day basketball. And they go for the big bomb 3, and it is there for Sam Cale. 8 in the game for Sam. Bruins with their largest lead at 28-16, less than a minute and a half. In the first half, another steal. This is going to be a foot race, and it's knocked away from behind by that pesky Carter Key. He has just been dynamite so far tonight in trying to keep them in the game respectably. High lob. Volleyball tip. Basket goes through. How about that? Getting down to the 1-minute mark. From the corner, that one's too strong, but the offensive board And again, they're trying to, this is going to be a dangerous pass. And a steal. Turnover number 8. Bruins may try to slow it down. Reed Finney was open if he wanted to take a three, but opted not to. They may be playing this down for the final shot of the quarter, and Bruins cough it up. I'm sure Jeff Jones was not terribly happy with that. They release a big three, and that's way off the mark. They got to hurry. Down to 6. This is going to be it for the three. Nope, too much. Logan had a few too many Wheaties when he hit that one up. And that ends the first half of play, and the Bruins with a solid second quarter to outscore McKenzie 17-4. And they lead it 30-16. We're going to take a break. And when we come back, we'll review the girls' game and also bring you the halftime statistics. So stay with us.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Buy a car in your bikini. Buy a truck in your jammies. Buy an SUV in your, well, no matter what you're wearing or not. Shop JonesChevroletHumboldt.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should already be here.
Special interest rates as low as 0%.
You should already be here.
We have cars, trucks, SUVs, and the all-new electric Nissan Aria.
You should already be here.
We even have no payments for 90 days.
You should already be here.
Save thousands on a new Nissan at Carlock Nissan.
You should, you know what? I'm not going to say it.
Carlock Nissan of Jackson.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
Do you want your smile to say it all? At Elite Dental Care, we'll make you and your family feel comfortable and secure with a variety of services and state-of-the-art care. We offer sedation dentistry that will make your time in the dental chair comfortable and relaxed. Come by and see our newly renovated and expanded office in Jackson or one of our other convenient locations in Trenton or Dyersburg. Trust your smile with Elite Dental Care and let your smile say it all.
We realize you have a busy lifestyle, and at the Bank of Jackson, we're here to help you fulfill all of your financial needs, personal and business loans, mortgages, online banking and bill pay, and so much more. Serving the Jackson area for 25 years. The Bank of Jackson, your down-home community bank. You belong here. Member FDIC Equal Housing Lender.
Dynamics Physical Therapy, your elite provider in sports medicine and performance. Now serving communities throughout West Tennessee.
Is your vehicle ready for an oil change? Did you know that we do way more than just tires? From brakes to belts to alignments to even air conditioning work. Engine light on, we can fix that too. Come see us today at one of our 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt. Hi, this is Kurt King with King Tire Company. Did you know that you're supposed to rotate your tires every 5,000 miles? Did you know that we do that free at King Tire Company? Come see us today at any 3 King Tire Company locations in Jackson and Humboldt and let my family take care of yours.
Psst, buddy, I'm not feeling too good after all this summer heat.
Yeah, me either. I think I'm about to blow a coil.
Let McCoy's Heating and Air give your unit a little TLC. Maintenance is the key to staying worry-free. Right now, schedule a one-time cleaning for only $90. Call 731-668-7492 or visit airmccoy.com.
McCoy's got us in great shape, unlike that guy.
Jackson's most trusted team of technicians. York and McCoy's Heating and Air.
It's halftime at McKenzie High School. The Bruins comfortably on top 30-16 after a dominating second quarter. And let's bring you the halftime statistics brought to you by the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And here we go. You can see how in the key categories the Bruins have dominated. 58% from the floor. And that's the kind of thing that you have the better college teams doing. McKenzie has had so much trouble because of the combination of man-to-man and zone defenses from the Bruins, and they're only 21% from the floor. Three-point shooting, Bruins have hit half of theirs, and again, that's more of a college-type percentage. 22% for McKenzie. Free throws, now the Bruins struggling a little more in that, 5 out of 8. What has kept McKenzie somewhat in this game is hitting 8 for 8 from the free throw line. Rebounding, each team has come up with 9. There haven't really been as many opportunities for rebounds in this contest because the tempo, particularly the way McKenzie is having to play it, is slower than what the Bruins really like to play. Turnovers, they forced 8 turnovers on the Rebels, 4 for USJ. And here's a big key. The Bruins have capitalized with 8 points off of McKenzie's mistakes. The Rebels have not been able to do anything with the 4 turnovers they forced on USJ. So we are at 30-16 at halftime. I want to remind everyone once again that the USJ Holiday Mart, one of the great traditions in Jackson, begins tomorrow, and it runs from tomorrow morning all the way until Sunday afternoon. And if you want to see some of the great work of some artisans from this area, and you're looking for a unique gift for someone or something that you can decorate your home in a very fashionable way, you definitely want to get to the Holiday Mart. And when we moved to town in 1990, I was told that that's one place you got to visit, and you just find the folks are friendly there. They'll give you every bit of direction that you possibly need, and all of the proceeds go to the great work that USJ does in this community, and it is tremendous. And I'm very happy to be associated with them on these broadcasts. So just remember, the Holiday Mart starts tomorrow and goes all the way until Sunday afternoon, and you will come away from it. Trust me, your pocketbook may be a little bit lighter, but I will tell you, you will come away with things improving your holiday season. And here we are, can you believe it? 1 week from today is Thanksgiving. It comes so early this year because we got 5 Thursdays, and so, yep, a week from tonight, we'll all be enjoying that. And I want to I'll put in a shameless plug right here. Starting Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve at 6 o'clock, we're going to set a record with a 110-hour Steve Beverly's TV Classics Marathon that will go until 2 o'clock on Monday afternoon. It will be the longest marathon of any kind in Jackson television history. So if you love the old shows, watch us on E Plus TV6. If you don't have E Plus TV6, you can watch us online on eplustv6.com and cast it to your smart TV. And if you've got a Roku set, download the Stream On app, and you can watch us there. So there's hardly any way you can't miss it, and you're going to see some of the fun stuff from the classic era of television. We'll start out with a brand new episode at 6 o'clock on Wednesday night. And we are just about ready to go, a little less than 30 seconds before we will be tipping it off. So we'll keep it right here, and the Bruins really began to pour it on Tuesday night in the third quarter, and we ended up with a continuously running clock in the fourth quarter. And the Bruins tonight have just, particularly in the second quarter, that's been their moving quarter as opposed to the third, because they just asserted their will, and in holding Greenfield to a 17-4 margin. Excellent defense on the part of the Bruins. I mean, it was just hard for them to penetrate the inside. And they only had, in fact, in the entire game, McKenzie has only had 3 field goals. They've had 2 3-pointers and a 2-pointer. That one was by Cordell Orgain. They're playing, again, as we mentioned, with only, I was told 7 players, but I'm looking over here on the bench, and I don't think they have but 1 reserve on there. I think they're only going with 6 active players in this game, and they have to be very careful because Eli Vinson has 3 fouls. And the Bruins have first possession here in the half. And you'll probably in that fourth quarter see some younger players, but Reed Finney from the corner. So he opens it up strong to put the Bruins up 17. And this Carter Key is really amazing to me because he's had to go against every kind of defense and managed to get through and get a basket. He is their leading scorer with 8. And he did that in the middle with about 3 guys on top of him. And that was sort of a gamble, and he followed up, and let's see if he can get it the third time through. Brady Smith would not be denied. Give him 2 offensive rebounds, and he finally connects. I like that strategy. Just spin it up there and then let it go off the glass, pick it up, and then get 2 tips. You'll take it if you can get the basket off of that. And once again, they went high underneath, and that's a turnover. Number 9, Bruins hold on to it. Brady trying to get it to the inside again and had it snatched away. I got to hand it to this McKenzie team. They are hanging extraordinarily tough. At least they are not giving up, despite the fact that this is what is probably an insurmountable margin, even though we're just in the third quarter. And they knew coming into this one, almost stolen, and it was last off the fingertips of Wallace Driver. They knew coming into this one with the very slim amount of players they had available that their only hope would be to try to hold on to the ball as long as they could and try to keep it out of the hands of USJ. And Orgain, who is one of their really standouts as a junior, they've held him to a single point. He's had 2 fouls in the game. And Vincent and Garrett, the senior, they're doing everything they can to get at least 1 decent shot, and that one was tipped away. And the rebound to Carney. And the jumper is there. Sam Cale once again, and he's in double figures. So the Bruins by 19 now. And it's just hard to get anybody open. They're trying everything to do with their screens. They're playing that 2-3 zone once again. And it makes it so difficult to penetrate the inside with that. And they get the bounce pass on the inside, and that one's going to draw a foul. Got to hand it to Landon Brown for that. He kept the pressure on the inside. The foul is charged to Driver, and that is his third. So Brown, this is his first opportunity to try to score in the game, and got the friendly bounce off the iron. Mills Terry checks back in. Has not had, because he had 2 early fouls, has not had the explosive game that he did on Tuesday night when he picked up 16. And the second one off the mark. And Mills the rebound. Bruins get that thing quickly down the floor in a matter of 5 seconds. They love to push the ball up the floor. That's what Jeff Jones likes, but he also believes in strong fundamentals. High arcer that is not there. And the foul. And it looks like they're going to charge that to Mills, and that'll be his third. So slowly coming down the floor with it is Key. Boy, he's had to direct traffic all night long, and there hasn't been much of an open lane. They haven't been able to get any kind of a breakaway basket from the corner. The three, high arcer is not there, and Mills the rebound. And there you go. Brady Smith, an even 20-point margin. Brady now with 12 in the game. Kale with 10. As we say, the tough part for McKenzie tonight, they've only managed 4 field goals in the entire game, and we're more than halfway through this third quarter. They got an opening, and Key decided not to go for the 3, and it was short. They get the offensive board with Orgain, and they lose it out of bounds. Brown thought that it was tipped away. So Bruins to play it again, up 20. And they can pretty much have their way with this one the rest of the way. Finney playing it out front, and then the long bomb 3 that was high off the iron, and let's see who the foul is going to be charged on. Well, apparently it was not a foul. They didn't charge it to a player. Key up and down the floor all night long. He's been almost inexhaustible. And a big 3 is short. Orgain with the offensive board. And it was on the line, so it'll go back to McKenzie. They'll play it underneath. 2:44 to go. This quarter has gone by relatively swiftly. The Bruins with a 9-3 edge. And they're taking their time. Of course, this is one of those things they would have to force an extraordinary amount of turnovers to probably have enough possessions to make this even a close one. And Mills all the way down and into the wall, but he connects. Key suddenly found 3 Bruins right there, and there was nowhere for him to try to go through the middle. He's going to go for a 3, and that was short. Kale the rebound. And Orgain could not hold on to it. They go inside to Key, and that's not where he needs to be at the post. Fall-away three is there for Vinson. That's his first basket of the game. Bruins slow the tempo a bit this time. Fall-away three is not there. Down to about 1:10. Key would love to drive the baseline, but he just simply can't get through that zone defense of the Bruins. Quick release, and the basket is there, and they've got 5 straight as Vinson has suddenly become hot. But McKenzie still trailing by 17. Lady Bruins took it on the chin tonight, 55-45, and one that in the second half they just faced incredible defense, and that one's off the mark and a bit frustrating, and it's going to go back to McKenzie. Cale frustrating at himself for not being able to connect on that one. So down to the final 30 seconds, we have really whipped through this third quarter. And Key's going to try to drive it to the inside, but dishes out. And another three. Vinson with 2 3-pointers in this quarter, and they have closed it to within 14. That 20-point lead has slipped away, and that one's off the mark. Sam tried to nail one there at the horn. It didn't drop, but you got to hand it to them. They matched cards with that flurry there at the end to make it a 41-27 game. Bruins still on top, and we'll be back with the last 8 minutes after this.
At Nest Realty Jackson, connections and relationships are at the heart of everything we do. We wake up every day with the goal of helping our agents build trust, relationships, and community. Let's connect.
No matter where you are, you can shop 24/7 at Humboldt Dodge Chrysler Jeep.com with the area's largest used car inventory.
Well, each team put up 11 in that third quarter, but the last 6 went to the Rebels as they decided to put on a flurry, and from outside they started hitting well. And the Bruins just played what you would consider to be a comfortable third quarter, getting up to that 20-point lead. Brady Smith is the leader in the game for the Bruins with 14. And 10 for Sam Cale. And on the other side of the ledger, Eli Vinson and Carter Key with 8 each. All right, Key once again. He's had to carry it the entire time tonight. And Garrett, who is the one guy who has stayed without a foul, and that has been to the advantage of McKenzie, even though they're not close on the scoreboard. And that one just barely saved by Orgain. And that one's not there, and the rebound comes off. Reed Finney picking up the board. And they call palming. It's only the 7th turnover of the game for the Bruins. McKenzie has committed 9. I have to hand it to him despite this strong defense on the part of USJ. They have not turned the ball over as much as you might think. Key tried to go right into traffic in which there was, he was hoping for one lane, and there were 3 defensive lanes right there. Boy, don't you know when this is over with that he is going to sleep well tonight. The outcome of the game won't be that well, but he is going to be exhausted. And they feed underneath to Vinson, who has hit double figures. So Bruins have given up 8 points in a row. So I don't think you're going to be seeing a lot of bench substitutions in this one. And underneath, reverse layup. Sam Cale with 12. So Bruins finally stopped that 8 unanswered point string. Garrett almost, and he tried to whip pass, and it was saved, but the Bruins are going to take it. And it's a 3-on-1 situation and a huge collision, and they don't get it. Mills can't get it, and finally got it the third time, and the foul. Orgain commits his third, and so Mills will go for a 3-point play. And off the back of the iron, and they get the rebound. And big long three is off the mark. Taking their time now with Driver out front. Jumper. 2. Brady Smith with 16. Slowing the tempo down once again. Bruins back up by 18 after it went down to 12. And that one's off the mark, and Mills with a rebound. And he's going to try to drive it all the way himself. And overshoots it. The rebound to Vinson. Here's a steal. Goodbye, goodbye. Down the stretch he goes. Sam Cale with 14, and that one off the turnover. Bruins back out to their largest margin at 49-29. And Key just simply got a little bit too aggressive and commits turnover number 12. And checking in is Nolan Fawcett. He's been in a couple of times already tonight. And they're going to try a little half-court trap. I don't think it's going to bother the Bruins that much. And the jumper. Nope, a little bit too much for Mills. And the rebound to Vinson. And a steal. And here we go again. And down the stretch he goes, and the foul. And charge that one to Landon Brown. Brady Smith with 18 points, going for 19. Brady 3 of 4 from the line tonight. And make it 4 out of 5 with another 3-point play. Bruins have picked up 15 points off of McKenzie mistakes, and they lead it now by 23. They've held that's way off the target. And the rebound to Brady. And underneath it goes. Sam with 16. And you just got to know this McKenzie team is out of gas with only one available substitute. And timeout is called. They got to get them some kind of a rest. 3.5 minutes to go. We'll take another break. 25-point lead for the Bruins.
Turn to the experts. Since 1955, Garrett Plumbing and Heating has been the leader in plumbing, heating, and air conditioning service and installation for West Tennessee. A proud supporter of USJ Bruin Athletics, We are your local Carrier Factory authorized dealer. Call Garrett Plumbing and Heating 668-3339 for all of your plumbing, heating, and air needs.
Well, the Bruins are going to go 2-0 in this young season, and then Monday they will be back on the floor at home in a guys-only game against Natchez Trace. That'll be a 6 o'clock tip-off. And so it has been a successful launching pad for this season. And I know they have to be extremely pleased, and certainly Jeff Jones is pleased with where this one has started. So back they come, and it'll be Garrett to toss it in. Got to hand it to Eli Vinson. They shut him out in the first half, and he has ended up right now with 10 in tonight's game. McKenzie has just had to play, and that one's there, and the foul. That's the fourth foul on Wallace Driver. And Brown with an opportunity. That's his first field goal of the game. And he connects with a three-point play. But Bruins still on top by 22. And again, they tried the half-court trap. Gonna have to get it across quickly, and they finally did. Wide open underneath and trying to get the head fake and overshooting it. But Mills is fouled from behind, and that one is going to be on Orgain, and that is his fourth. Mills with 8 rebounds in the contest. 7 points. And he nails that one. Bruins have been precision on defense tonight. Reed Finney getting set to check back in. Forcing 13 turnovers in this game. That one's in and out. And the rebound to Orgain. And they go quickly down and get it to Garrett for the basket. And Finney's going to check in. Let's take a 30-second break, and we'll be back right after this.
Downtown is thriving, and the Blacksmith Restaurant is leading the pack. From the rustic dining room to the unmatched patio, eating local with family is what we're about. Live local, eat local, relax local.
Football is one reason to love fall. Here's another. Save up to $16,000 on a fully loaded in-ground pool built this fall. Come by Aloha Custom Pool's massive showroom on Carriage House Drive in Jackson for full details and see available styles in person.
And back live for the final 2:51. As the Bruins, after a rather even first quarter as it was on Tuesday night against Greenfield, have made this one a runaway, 55-34. It'll be interesting to see if these two teams rematch, what it will be like if McKenzie is at full strength. Now they're double teaming all over on defense. Here you go, nobody's home. And all the way down for the layup is Braden Jones, the freshman. 57-34. Bruins have to be happy with the start to this season, getting these 2 victories early against some teams that can give you some real trouble. And the foul is on Braden Jones, his first. And they'll play it underneath. Benson to toss it in. And again, they go for the bomb. And that's off the mark. And high for the rebound is Hayes Carney, his 4th board of the game. And Reed's going to try to put that one back up, and a foul. That one is charged to Brown. That is his third. And Finney will shoot 2. This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. 5 rebounds, 3 points. Give him 4. And that 14-point lead at the end of the third quarter has extended to 24. And did not get a friendly roll. And finally getting it back through is Wallace Driver. Hayes Carney tried for the tip. And it's just a matter as to how much the final margin of victory is going to be on this one for the Bruins. So we'll wrap it up very quickly and give you the scores immediately after this one. And once again tonight, you're going to have either 2 or 3 Bruins in double figures, but the scoring is well spaced out as 8 different Bruins have scored tonight. And checking in now is Mike Cook, the sophomore, who got a big hand when he came into the game in the second half. Checking out is Hayes Carney with his 5 points and 5 rebounds. Almost stolen. Vinson back out front, guarded by Finney. And they'll charge that one probably to Reed. So Reed commits his second. Eli's going to shoot 2 in the game tonight, 10 points, and they've all been in the second half. But the overall defensive total, this is the second straight game that they're going to hold an opponent to under 40. Well, I say that. I know there's 87 seconds left, but it would be unlikely. And there you go, jumper. And it goes through. The Wheel of Fortune spun right for Braden Jones. Matches the largest lead for the Bruins at 26, and they back it out here as we get close to the 1-minute mark. And that one's tipped away. It'll go back to McKenzie. But I tell you, this junior has been, I have to hand it to him for the stamina he's had as a point guard and having to go really all the way here. And checking in for the Bruins now, Jacob Snyder. Coming out is Wallace Driver as he ends his evening with 4 points. And Vinson tried to drive the middle, and again, nobody there, and here's the steal. And couldn't hold on to it, so you'll swap turnovers there. And down to the final 51. And again, Key is just going to, I wonder if he's lost about 4 or 5 pounds in this game, and he doesn't really have it to lose. He's in great shape, and they went underneath, and there's nowhere for him to go. Orgain trying to find something, and that's going to go to the coach with 34 seconds remaining. And Orgain, they've held him to 2 points tonight. That's uncharacteristic for him, but they have really throttled him defensively. Under 30 seconds remaining, and a reach-in foul is charged. And that is going to be on Jacob Snyder. The freshman committing his first, so they'll play it underneath. Reed Finney, the sophomore, trying to give them as much experience out there as they can possibly have, and that's almost stolen. And underneath, Orgain gets the layup. And let's see if Bruins will hold it for a final shot or just hold it for nothing at all. And I think that's exactly what they're going to do because we're down to 6 seconds. And that is going to do it. Bruins win it, going away 62-38. It was a 22-point victory actually a 32-point victory on Tuesday night and 24 tonight. Let me give you the rundown on the scoring very quickly, and then we'll send you folks home to enjoy late night. For McKenzie, leading scorer was Eli Vinson with 12, and Hayden Garrett picked up 10, and 8 for that master of stamina, Carter Key. On the other hand, for the Bruins, your leader tonight was Brady Smith with 19 points. He added 4 rebounds, 16 for Sam Cale, and then they were the two that were in double figures, and you had Mills Terry, who contributed 8 but also had 8 rebounds on the evening. So it was a complete team performance on the part of the Bruins tonight, and certainly has ended their first week of the season on a successful note. Your final, 62-38 at the first quarter. It was a challenge, and they had trailed the entire first quarter until it got down to the final minute, and they went ahead 13-12, and then it was a 17-4 second quarter, 30-16 at halftime, and that pretty much was game, set, and match. The Bruins take it 62-38 for their second in a row. So, as we leave you tonight, we will tell you the executive producer of Worthy Road Studios and the BallGame Blitz Sports Network is indeed Paul Schultze, who was also on camera tonight, as well as the incomparable Christopher Reasons and our director, who was full of concentration, Billy Bolin. I'm Steve Beverly on the play-by-play, and it's been great to be with you here on the BallGame Blitz Sports Network. And so until we're with you on our next telecast, so long from the great city of McKenzie, Tennessee.
The BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios. With over 750,000 views in 2022, we are where you need to advertise. Please subscribe to our Worthy Road Studios YouTube channel and join the other 4,000 subscribers watching local sports, including Union University, USJ, TCA, Jackson Christian, and Peabody. Our multi-camera broadcasts include slow-motion instant replay, on-screen scoreboard and graphics, and professional announcers. Thanks to our sponsors who make it all possible. BallGame Blitz Sports Network by Worthy Road Studios, the premier sports broadcast network in West Tennessee.